Hello and welcome to another episode of the NHC Podcast. And as you can definitely tell from the title, we've got another Sassy episode, of course featuring Sassy Paleonerd. Say hi.
Hello there.
And we also got Kalamakaw here.
Hello.
And yeah, unless you can't bloody read or something, we are doing Quetzalcoatlus. Now, a little bit of big history. This is not the first time we are tackling this taxa. We did one ages ago, I think it was our second planned episode, right after Dilophosaurus. We recorded everything, and we just scrapped it. We just kept on talking too much about paleomedia and not enough of the science, and we just threw it in the trash.
If we would have posted it, we would have lost subscribers.
Yeah, we would have posted cringe. Yeah, so live with the knowledge that you will never hear what was said in that episode. You may cry or rejoice at the thought of that. I'll leave that to you. Anyways, with our Allosaurus episode, or Allosaurus Jamazzini episode to be correct, or specific, we were thinking doing maybe smaller episodes and not trying to force in everything of a taxa into a video, so we're giving Quetzalcoatlus another shot. Also, I'm literally doing this last minute, so I had to pick some kind of idea. I am a terrible organizer. Anyways, so yeah. Quetzalcoatlus. What even is Quetzalcoatlus? It's a weird pterosaur giraffe thing that Sassy knows a lot more about.
Well, it's an Astachid pterosaur, and those are one of the best pterosaurs because I say so, and that's the only reason they are the best.
Oh,
They
okay.
are usually long-necked, but that's not true for all of them. But because we are talking about Quetzalcoatlus, that won't be significant to the conversation. Astachids are very interesting because so many studies have been done on them, because their fossils are some of the most numerous. And Quetzalcoatlus is one of the most complete astachids, actually. You often only hear about Quetzalcoatlus northopi, which would be the adult species. But the smaller species, which has yet to get a name, is actually far more complete, which makes Quetzalcoatlus one of the most well-known astachids, which is very great for demonstrating the paleobiology of these animals.
Yeah, pretty much. If you think Astachids, most people think just Quetzalcoatlus.
Mm-hmm.
Fewer people think Hetzek, and barely anyone even thinks about Arabogiania.
But he is the best boy.
I have no preference. I love them all.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're all
Well, clearly I do so too, but I have favorites.
Sassy. A father doesn't pick favorites between his children. You should know that.
I don't care.
God. Okay, so Astachids. We're gonna see a little bit of that in paleo media later on, but lifestyle. What can we say about that?
Astachids have been interpreted as multiple things, but most of the old interpretations are pretty stupid. For example, if you think about skim-feeding astachids, it's ridiculous and makes no sense. Why would this animal with limb proportions similar to an ungulate fly above the ocean and skim through the water? It makes no sense. Other interpretations have been that they were heron-like waders that fed on fish, but this does not apply to most astachids anymore, even though I think that it could be a possible lifestyle for some. The most common interpretation nowadays is them being terrestrial stalkers, which would mean that they'd forage on the ground and peck at anything that would fit in their stomach.
Which is it's a bloody terrifying concept. Just giant death giraffe picking up from above.
Yeah.
Just minding your own business and just fucking giraffe pterosaur shows up and just swallows you whole.
Great. It's a great time to be alive.
Oh, what a time to be alive in the Cretaceous.
Not a phone in sight.
Just living the moment.
They had, besides the proportions similar to an ungulate, they had multiple adaptations to this lifestyle. The neck had barely any mobility, but it had enough upwards and downwards motion so that the beak would be the thing to touch the ground, which would make it easy to pick up anything.
So actually not a snake neck, just really sort of stiff. Fairly.
It is ridiculously stiff.
That's what she said.
The vertebrae are also one of the most notable things about Astachyds. You can
How so?
immediately identify them.
Okay.
I personally can identify an Astachyd vertebrae from 20 kilometers away.
Oh my god, that's one hell of a flex.
Impressive.
Oh, I also see you shared a picture of the range of motion. And some tracks. On that note, we should really promote Sassy has his own blog about pterosaurs, which is obviously the superior blog about pterosaurs compared to a specific other one, which will not be named.
Yes.
So yeah, if you see a blog called Pterosaur Inquisitions, definitely keep an eye on that, because Sassy posts some interesting stuff on there.
Yeah, recently I've just been lazy to write.
Yes, but you'll get into it eventually, I assume.
Yes, of course.
And you already got a few
try.
articles up, so that's something to bide the time with.
Oh, yeah.
Astachyds even have their own ichnogenus, just for them, which is rare for pterosaurs.
Ichnogenus
Because
obviously being
They are the
footprints.
only pterosaurs that reach such a large size because no other pterosaur would be big enough to make tracks that large, so it got its own ichnogenus.
Yeah, Aztecs are like massive animals, like both tall and in terms of wingspan.
It's unbelievably large.
It's just kind of mind-boggling how such a thing could fly, which it could, obviously. I mean, we are definitely not saying anything about terrestrial, purely terrestrial flightless Aztecs, because that's bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Yes, and I would immediately leave and never enter this again. I would be so disappointed.
Yeah. I won't. No. Yeah.
Everyone comment terrestrial as dark in the comments.
Another quick notable thing about Astachyds in general I wanted to say is that they have one of the longest evolutionary histories,
I assume.
of all pterosaurs. But
Okay.
it includes a very long gap in the early Cretaceous, because right after the Jurassic, we have two very small Astached fossils. The next youngest Astached fossils we find are in the late Cretaceous.
That's it. And it's not possible that it's like just misinterpretation.
No, because it's definitely an Astached cervical.
Okay, that's
The
interesting.
only other possible thing is that it could be an animal ancestral to Gyrangopterids and Astachyds at the same time, but the Gyrangopterid cervicals are not studied enough to determine that.
Okay. So basically, it's either we even need to study Gyrangopterids more to see if it might be something else, and until then, it might just be like a massive gap in the fossil record.
Yes, as starheads in general just appear out of nowhere anyway, so it's still a gap.
Artstarkers are actually aliens that just landed on Earth, which
It
it
could be
makes
possible.
sense. Makes sense given how freaky they are. Again, fucking giant flying giraffes that pick you up and kill you.
They are like
sci-fi.
space whales that land on planets occasionally.
It's just giant Artstarkers flying through space, like in Star Wars.
Yes, of course.
You see?
The fossils we find on Earth are just from the juveniles.
Oh.
You see, the thing about Artstarkid ecology is they travel spend their entire life in space and only come to Earth to breed. But of course, now with KPG, they decided to move to another planet and are now having new nesting grounds somewhere else.
But soon they will all return.
Oh no.
Armageddon.
As Dark Gammon.
Yes. Exactly.
I am
Okay, see, it's only getting real science on the NHC podcast. Oh. So,
Now-
anything else interesting about Quetzalcoatlus you can tell us?
Quetzalcoatlus SP has multiple nice skeletons found of it, and there's more to come.
Ooh.
Interesting about Quetzalcoatlus is that it would have probably been able to inhabit the entire North American continent while it was alive.
To just be covering a lot of ground.
Yes, but not. It is likely that Quetzalcoatlus, unlike often claimed, wouldn't have been traveling around the world, because while the animal is definitely capable of doing so, it would have no reason to cross the Atlantic Ocean to visit Hatzegopteryx in Europe, for example. It
Yeah, it
would
would
be
be kind of weird
disinteresting.
for an animal
It-
depending on terrestrial prey to just cross the ocean for no bloody reason.
Hold up, guys. I'm gonna go eat some more German food. Yeah.
Should we wait for you or?
Though I like the idea of Aramborgiania, Hatzegopteryx, and Quetzalcoatlus having a nice meeting every year.
Family reunion.
Yeah, speaking of Aram, how does that exactly? Because we have it from Jordan and from the USA, so
Well, just because it's similar doesn't mean it's exactly the same species or even genus.
okay, so basically just probably not the exact same animal.
Yes, probably not.
Okay, that takes care of that.
The
Again,
dating of the fossil is also uncertain, but it could be possible that it's even older than the other Aramborgiania fossils.
okay. Cal, should we wait for you or?
Nah.
Okay, if you say so. Then enjoy your German food, suppose.
Never mind. You know what? I don't need food. It's fine. Keep going.
Okay. Quetzalcoatlus, skeletal. Actually,
Yes,
since this will come up later on, do we have any basis for the quest, or is this entirely speculative?
we do have multiple skulls of Quetzalcoatlus. Well,
Okay.
they are pretty badly preserved, but they are still skulls. Yes, the quest is preserved. It's just that the edges are a bit broken, but this shape is most likely.
Okay. Because it's something that is actually going to come up soon enough when you go into retro paleo art. Because, boy, Quetzalcoatlus quest sure had a wonky history.
Yeah, one notable thing is also that for Quetzalcoatlus Northropy, it wasn't always assumed that these two animals are the same genus, which is nowadays most likely. So, because we didn't have a skull for Northropy, and Quetzalcoatlus SP was so much smaller, people reconstructed it differently. And a meme came up based off a claim in Wellenhofer's Encyclopedia of Pterosaurs that an isolated skull of a starchid belonged to Quetzalcoatlus, which resulted in depictions of it having a rather broad snout, tall snout, I mean.
Actually, now that you bring it up, a size difference between Quetzalcoatlus SP and Quetzalcoatlus Northropy. How is that explained?
One is just a smaller species.
Okay, one is just fucking tiny, and that's it.
Well, it can still stare down at you.
That's terrifying thought that it needs, but okay, so just smaller species. All right.
Quetzalcoatlus Northropy is incredibly similar. The most notable difference is really just that the bones are far more robust to allow the takeoff.
Already dying from corona?
Yes, of course.
Of course. I just thought it was interesting, or at least to bring it up, because I'm sure when some people look at the skeletals next to side by side, the size difference is the most apparent thing, obviously. Okay.
But here's a live reconstruction of Quetzalcoatlus that is accurate by Witten.
I
I
love this
just
one.
wanted to show it.
I love this one. Really do.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, of course they look goofy as hell from right. If you're staring right at them.
Yeah, not if it's dark.
I mean, yeah. If it was a real life situation, it would be bloody terrifying. But like in artwork where it's safe, it looks kind of goofy.
Are you safe in art?
No, it can come out any second.
It's standing right behind me, isn't it?
Yes,
Run.
it is.
Oh dear God. You know what? I'm just gonna pick a scene of I'll suck it later and just gonna edit that scream in. That's officially how Quetzalcoatlus sounded. You have no evidence to the contrary.
Yeah, no. That's how paleontology works.
Yeah. So I think that got the basic biology covered, I would say. I mean, even as we said in the original, we didn't have that large of a section about the ecology and everything. Unless a paper comes out, in which case we have to do a complete addendum.
A certain paper.
Sassy obviously knows more than we do, as always. But yeah, we haven't done an addendum in a long time, so it would be sort of a throwback.
It would be a large addendum, believe me.
Wonderful.
Dude. Our addendum for Paleo Games Part 2 is as long, if not longer, than the main episode was. It doubles the episode's length.
Yeah, that addendum is cheating because a certain game was cheating.
Okay, but yeah, massive addendum is entirely possible, so... But yeah, unless that changes, I would say, should we do Paleo Media first or Retro Paleo Art?
Retro Paleo Art. I want to finish off with Paleo Media.
Okay, that's great. So I've picked out 3 pieces from 3 different eras. Not 3 different eras, but 3 different reconstructions of it. Of course, one being... too powerful. Oh, Oh, Discord, you whiny little. Okay, we've got the classic John Civic, which has also the outdated backwards-facing crest, and this kind of memey red, yellow, and white color pattern, which actually I've noticed in quite a few pieces.
I don't actually think we had an Astarkid skull at that time yet. So it's
Yeah.
surprisingly close, actually.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it is. It was based on complete misinterpretation. We were working with what they had, but it's definitely not what we know of it today. But it's this very you see that in a lot of old school art, this sort of blade-like, sword-like beak and the short backwards-facing crest.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I put together a compilation of a bunch of pieces who all sort of mimic or reflect on Civic's artwork. Not sure if I'll post it in the video itself because the text might just be really tiny, but the gist of it is a lot of art ended up using this white body, black wing edges, red crest and neck, and a yellow beak. Which, again, is interesting paleo art meme I discovered. Speaking of paleo art meme, Civic's work was already pretty refined. And, well, it looks like a pterosaur that could exist. Not so a compilation of various depictions from the late 70s and early 80s, which image credit to Darren Naish who put this all together.
They need to die.
This is
my.
yikes. It has the same backwards facing crest, definitely.
Yes, because Quetzalcoatlus is just a really large female pteranodon.
Mm-hmm.
Nanopterodon. Nanoquatlus. Just lump it all together.
The largest pteranodonted to ever live.
But yeah, that's a far call from what Civic gave us later on. Just built like a kite, and that neck is, dear God. It's definitely the antithesis to the stiff neck we discussed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Those snacks shall not be allowed.
They actually low-key scare me.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, the real Astarkids are more terrifying because those things look like I could kill them by just touching them because they're so skinny.
Speaking of skinny, shrink-wrapped, dying if you would touch them. Dear God, I found the one I was looking for earlier.
Oh.
That one.
Oh my.
Some of you might know this from Love in the Time of the Chesmatosaurus. Chesmatosaurus, god damn it, I keep messing it up.
So utterly shrink-wrapped. I can't believe it. Like, you can see the delta pectoral crest of the humerus.
It's
This isn't how a body works.
It's just a flying kite.
I love the vector that they went with depicting every single rib of its body, yeah, and even the pteroid bone and everything, yeah. But the neck vertebrae aren't visible. It's like the one. It's still not really giving it all that much soft tissue, but at least you can't tell the individual neck vertebrae from each other.
Probably because they wouldn't work like that.
Well, that too, yeah. Yeah, this one is, dear God.
An abomination against
Yes.
God.
It even has blue eyes, so I think this might as well just be like from Game of Thrones, a zombie, a white.
Yeah, it's Targaryen Draco.
Man, whoever the artist was, I'll look it up later. They sure were ahead of the time. Anyways, this
what
was all
that?
the retro art I wanted to show off. Going from pretty good, even if outed, to more and more terrifying as it goes on. And I think we're gonna jump into paleomedia next.
God
So-
help me.
Okay, full disclaimer, because people were bitching about it in the comments of Allosaurus. We are not gonna include every single paleomedia appearance of certain taxa. I mean, first of all, because for once, Allosaurus and this one are meant to be short episodes, so we of course want to limit it down a lot. And secondly, even if it was a long episode, we can't include every single depiction.
Imagine if we did it with T-Rex.
Oh no.
I mean, yeah, it's entire reason our original episode on Quetzalcoatlus ended up being scrapped, because it was just droning on about this documentary after this document and on and on and on. It wouldn't end.
Yeah.
And it just ended up us being, so that's not right in that way, and that's sort of boring and looks like this. Next one. So I allowed myself to narrow it down to 4 depictions. All of them have something that makes them stand out from each other. And let's just get into it, I would say. With one of the oldest ones, which was Walking with Dinosaurs. And easily the one that looks the least like Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh yes.
It has
Yeah.
teeth at the front.
Yeah,
it's Ornithochirus.
Yeah, it's just a reskinned Ornithochirus. Again,
It
we-
isn't even a good Ornithochirus.
Also, we see again the meme mentioned earlier with the yellow beak, red face, and black and white body.
Yep.
No, I'm gonna say, maybe it's nostalgia, but I kinda like it. It doesn't look like it's supposed to, but I dig it.
It'd be a nice ornithochirid.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not stock it.
Yeah.
Anyways, to something that looks more like an art stock kit, we've got When Dinosaurs Roamed America, which came out at around the same time.
Oh boy.
Noodle neck.
Noodle
Like-
man.
I the way it doesn't even look like the neck attaches to the back of the head, but to the bottom of it, which would be accurate, but not like that.
They came to the right result with the wrong formula.
Can people that make models for documentaries, like, at least try to get a sense for the vertebrae first? Please.
Also, it has this weirdly bulbous crest.
Yeah, it's just soft tissue.
Which is it's a
Looks like
tumor.
I was gonna say brain or tumor, or brain
Yeah.
tumor.
Well,
Brain
that's soft tissue too.
I mean, I cannot argue with that now. No.
That's true. It's true.
So we're gonna skip ahead to one that at least physically looks like Quetzalcoatlus for the most part, and has an entirely different issue with it. March of the Dinosaurs
Ah.
bipedal Quetzalcoatlus.
They took those trackways too hard, and they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
They were so close to greatness.
So close. Sassy, tell us about the trackways.
It's merely, like, I think it's 5-meter trackway of an Astachid track that doesn't preserve the front feet. So it could either be interpreted as an animal landing, or that it was walking bipedally for a short time to do whatever. Look sexy, look imposing, look out for imposing, sexy other Astarchids.
Wait, I'm gonna look for Joshua's artwork of one.
I made Joshua do 2 bipedal pterosaurs. I feel so guilty.
No,
I
don't.
also am afraid that I have created a small paleo meme, a very small one.
Be proud of yourself.
That's something to wear as a badge of honor.
This
yeah.
is depicting Phosphato Draco, by the way.
Yeah. So it's not Quetzalcoatlus, obviously, as you can tell by the head shape.
And the shorter neck, because we don't have a skull from any relative of Phosphato Draco.
So that takes care of much of the dinosaurs. And that's my antivirus program acting up. Thank you. I totally needed a loud noise in the middle of the recording. So
we didn't hear anything.
possibly one of the best ones in mainstream paleomedia as of late was also working with dinosaurs, but the 3D movie, which is a sad statement.
It is sadly the best Astarchid we have ever gotten in a movie.
Documentary in quotation marks.
Yes, I almost said it out loud, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Such a shame what they did with this movie.
It's a crime.
The Astarchid in the movie was consulted upon by Witten too.
Oh.
So yeah, it's one of the best targets we have in media, and it's wasted on working with dinosaurs 3D.
I mean, all the models in that movie were great, but then they ruined it all.
Calm down, Sassy. One German ranting about moving with dinosaurs 3D is enough. Also, watch Rick Raptor's video. Because gotta help out. He promotes us, we promote him. It's symbiosis. So those are the main 4 in terms of documentaries I wanted to talk about, and movies, and documentaries and movies. And let's just add 2 more, which are purely here so we can point and laugh. Point and laugh, my friends. Point and laugh. Ridicule him.
The epitome of accuracy.
It's obviously Ark Survival Evolved.
At least it has pigment fibers, I guess.
That's a very low bar to set.
Yeah, but look at its face.
It also is quadrupedal and quad launches. Those are the only positive things I can say, though. But it's also a sad statement relating to other paleomedia.
Yeah.
It's
so fat too.
It looks really, really baked.
Honestly, it can't even properly stand. Like the Ark dossier has it in this classic Artstarkid pose. Like, I mean, it's not accurate per se, but it's basically sorta what it would look like. And then you have it in the game where it's constantly slouched over.
Yeah, it's sprawling like Caviramus.
Now, what I'm wondering is, why does that Quetzal have so many beautiful colors on it, but everyone in game looks disgusting?
Because it's Ark.
And you can also build a freaking house on top of it.
Yes, it's fine.
It's not
Don't worry
like
about it.
Can we wait in a Starkid? No, but we can build a house on it.
Ah, yes.
Also, imagine a game like Ark, but better, and you can just ride on a galloping Artstarkid through the land.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that will never happen. Pterosaurs will never get an accurate portrayal in paleo media. Forget it.
For now, don't give up.
I have given
And
up long ago.
the other one to point and laugh at, Jurassic World the game.
Oh yeah, baby.
Here we go. Now that's the base one, the conservative one, so to say.
Hey, you're pretty
It
hot.
has an overbite.
It has like a gap in its mouth.
Yeah, it can't close its
It can't
mouth.
even close its mouth.
It looks like one of these storks.
A shoe bill?
Not a shoebill, no. I only know the German name right now, which is Klappstabel. Anastomus, which is in English, open-bill storks.
Oh. Yeah. I can
Klappschnabel.
see the resemblance.
Just gonna post a picture, Sassy, for reference. I doubt this was an intentional choice, but
No, it was not. I really hope it wasn't.
so yeah, that's just the basic one.
Oh, let's.
Because at level 40, of course, it gets weird.
It goes wacky.
Because at least it doesn't have an open beak anymore.
Crest. Boom. My crest is now erect.
I don't even know what to say anymore because
Does it have an extra set of eyes?
No.
those
I
are
think
its nostrils. They were pushed back a bit.
Ah, of course. Actually, they were. Those are its nostrils. Look, do you see any nostrils on the beak? No.
Could it be possible that its wings transformed into bat wings?
Yes, it's sort of possible, yeah. It looks like it.
Nothing's
Holy!
impossible.
Wait, I'm gonna look for other I'm not sure if those are actually meant to be fingers or if it legit yeah, I don't know if it's legit fingers or just weirdly wrinkled.
Those look like fingers.
I know the Tapeshara, as we discussed in that episode, go watch it by the way, did have bat wings all the way through, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Look, this Quetzalcoatlus might be
Okay,
bad.
but one thing I just noticed. Look how goddamn thick its legs are.
Oh, those are some nice drumsticks.
Oh, I do wonder what it will taste like.
He thick.
Probably horrible because it just eats meat and carrion.
That's true.
Fair point.
Also tastes like air because half of this is air.
It's a balloon.
Don't give the fetish artists any ideas.
All right, guys, we're having a contest. Draw inflation Quetzalcoatlus stuff.
No, don't listen to him.
Don't
listen to him. No, don't.
Do it.
Don't.
Calamico will now be banned from the NHC Podcast.
God, I would do it, but it would probably fuck up the recording again.
Yeah.
We don't exactly have good experiences with that. Don't we, Craig? Yeah. Exactly. You better still be recording.
Do you listen? Craig, you stupid bear.
Wait, it's a bear?
Is it a bear?
I thought it was
It's
like
definitely a bear. Look at him.
Oh, I thought it was like a mastodon of sorts.
I thought it was a wombat.
Okay. That's the preferred wombat, Craig. Yes, let's go with that. It's the only correct interpretation of Craig. It's a wombat.
Yeah.
Have our watchers ever seen an image of Craig?
I do not think so, no.
No, and they never will.
They are not allowed to see his beauty.
No.
I mean, otherwise we could share the one casted.
Not yet. Get 1K likes on this video, and we might show a picture of Craig.
Craig face reveal.
Don't forget to
I think
subscribe. and
1K
thumbs
likes
up.
is a bit high of a goal for us.
Yeah, the big deal of NHC Podcast with subs. We don't do face reveals of the members, we do face reveals of our recording bot.
Yeah. At 1 million subs, you get Craig.
Also,
Is
speaking of
Craig
Craig, I
copyrighted
just
because we
noticed
need-
that
we need
Gyar
merch?
is literally Craig's evil twin. Like, he even has evil eyebrows.
Oh, evil wombat! Why is-
and it's grey, so it's actually a wombat.
Oh my god. Alright, well.
This episode was about Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh, it was about wombats.
It still can be.
Dip voted on episode now.
There's also the fossil fighters, Quetzalcoatlus, if we want to look at that real fast.
Okay, yeah, let's share it.
All
Might as
right.
well end on a comparative high note.
It's something.
I hate it.
It's something, all right.
It very much harkens back to civics work.
Yeah,
It's plagiarism.
look at
That
him.
I wouldn't say.
What is it plagiarized off of?
Of civics work.
Oh,
Poor civic. Everyone is copying his Quetzalcoatlus.
When compared to some of the other shit I've seen. No, not really. But yeah,
eh.
I mean, it's stylized, and I can't really hold them for that, so it's nice.
I actually like the design a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like Aztec-ish looking.
Yeah, which makes sense given the name.
Yeah,
It is unacceptable.
I accept it and love it. What are you gonna do?
I accept. He's a good boy. He's just minding his own business.
Yep, he's being forced to fight.
It's not like the other two game Quetzalcoatlus before.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
anyways, anything left to say?
Astachids are cool, pterosaurs are superior, and dinosaurs suck.
I'm glad that this sounded like you were stuck in an aquarium.
Let me out.
Okay, yeah, so thank you for watching.
An aquarium.
Oh, he escaped! He
Oh.
escaped! Catch him! Anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Don't
See
forget to
ya.
like and subscribe.
Like, but don't subscribe.
See ya.
Dislike the video.
God damn it! I just wanna close this down, guys. See ya. Say goodbye, guys. Come on.
Au revoir, Magnusel!
For fuck's sake, you goddamn Frenchman!
Ah, ah!